skip it up and that up. ¿Qué carajo estás haciendo aquí? Lárgate, cabrón.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Rich of Review Tech USA, and Right Said Fred is too sexy to eat pasta with a plate.
Too sexy for my shirt. Too sexy for my shirt. So sexy it hurts.
Wedbush Securities analyst Michael Pachter recently provided the keynote address at a San Francisco Marketing Summit, and he painted a really grim picture for Nintendo's future. I mean, he thinks the company is screwed. Here are some of the things I highlighted from the GameSpot article, which you can check out below in the description. He thinks it's sad that Nintendo has not released the Wii U price. They announced the system, they showed the system off at E3 2011, and no one has any idea what price this system is going to launch at, which I'll talk about what I think about that in a minute. He thinks the Wii U has to launch at $250, and why he thinks that is because by the time the Wii U launches, he predicts that the Xbox 360 with Kinect bundle that they have now will drop down to $250, and a lot of people will want to get the 360 over the Wii U because it's a more established system, it has a ton of games for it, and they'll end up levitating towards the Kinect bundle over the Wii U. He goes on about pricing too. He says even if they launch the Wii U at $259 US, he thinks they're screwed. He thinks they have to launch no matter what, competing against the Kinect bundle or not. They have to launch at $250 to entice people to get Nintendo's next-gen system. He also thinks that the Wii U market is going to be cut down to half compared to the original Wii, and he says this is attributed to the fact that the Wii's casual consumer base has moved on to other platforms like Facebook, smartphones, tablets, and other consoles. He also thinks that the dedicated portable gaming market is forever changed by smartphones and tablets. You'll never see another system sell like the DS. Hell, you'll never see another system sell like the original PSP. He thinks that a lot of casual gamers who bought the DS Lite and the DSi are going to stray away from that because they could play the same kind of games on their iPhone or Android phone. Alright, so what do I think of Michael Pachter's predictions for Nintendo? The one thing I totally agree with him on is the fact that dedicated portable gaming consoles are never going to sell the way they did back in the day. The casual gamers who picked up the DS Lite and the DSi because they wanted those quick pick up and play games, they could get those games on their Android phone now and their iPhone. And most people who aren't hardcore gamers rather just have one device in their pocket or pocketbook so they could just take it out, make a phone call, and then play Angry Birds on it. It's practical and it makes more sense to them. But a lot of the other stuff that Michael Pachter said, I didn't agree with. Now, the pricing and Nintendo not talking about the Wii U price, I get what he's saying to a point, but I understand why they haven't announced the price yet, because honestly, I don't think Nintendo knows what they're going to price the system at. They still may be trying to streamline the manufacturing process, they may want to get feedback from the market, they may want to see what people like him are saying about the Wii U. So yeah, they're probably watching the market very closely right now and seeing what they should price the system at. They want to see what their competition Sony and Microsoft are doing too. So I do understand what he's saying about how they announced the Wii U but didn't tell what the price of the system is going to be and how that could look bad. But honestly, I think Nintendo is playing it safe because I don't think they know what they can actually launch the system at yet, and I don't think they want to announce the Wii U price and have it higher than it needs to be, or have the system launch at too low of a price point and they take an unnecessarily huge hit on each system that's sold. What I really don't agree with Michael Pachter on is the fact that the Wii U needs to launch at $250. Alright, Mike, I gotta be blunt with you. You're saying that Nintendo's next-gen console, which is 50% more powerful than the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, needs to launch at the same price they're at right now. I mean, you could get a PlayStation 3, the 160GB model, for $250. That's not realistic. You can't expect Nintendo's next generation system to launch at the same price that 7-year-old systems are selling at. I understand what you're saying, the system needs to be priced competitively at launch, but $250? That's way too low. Nintendo would financially get their asses handed to them. And I honestly don't think if the system launched at $299.99 that it would hurt the Wii U. What I think they should be more concerned with is launching the system with kick-ass games. If they launch the system with amazing games at $299 US, I think it would do just fine. However, if they launch the system with crap games or virtually no games, I don't care if the Wii U launches at $100, no one's gonna buy it. You better make sure you're cooking up some kick-ass software, Nintendo. The last thing I want to talk about is how he says that the Wii U's install base is gonna be half of what the original Wii's is because of the fact that people who were casual gamers moved on to Facebook, they moved on to their smartphones, so on and so forth. That could be true, but what I think he forgot to account for is that Nintendo's trying to bring back the hardcore gamer. They're trying to snatch up the people that play Skyrim, the people that play Battlefield, and yes, even the people that play Call of Duty. God forbid I say that's a hardcore game. It may not be, but let's put it this way. Are you going to catch a 45-year-old woman playing COD Modern Warfare 3? I don't think so. In most cases, anyway. The point being is that, yeah, Nintendo may lose that casual audience that purchased the original Wii, but those casual gamers they may have lost, they may make up with the hardcore gamers that go back to Nintendo. Hopefully. Possibly. Only time will tell. So what's your take on this story? Do you side with Michael Pachter and think Nintendo is in deep trouble no matter what? Or do you think people like him are jumping the gun and need to wait and see what happens? Make sure to rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe, and as always, thank you for supporting Review Tech USA.